Hey, how's it going? Adrienne here. Welcome to 21 Days of Presence. This time that we're in right now is a huge transition from these last months of intense retrograde and eclipse energies, and we're getting ready for a seasonal change. We're coming up on the equinox when the sun will move into Libra. And so leading up to this, I'm being called to, for myself and the energies of the universe right now, it's just about really being grounded and cleaning up and taking care of ourselves in a deep way. And so that's what this 21 Days of Presence is about. It's just a little video each day to support our collective soul group in being able to prepare for the chapter ahead, taking our focus from all of the things that have been painfully shown to us that we're shedding and being ready for what is going to be replacing these things, releasing all that we've been attached to and have from the past, and preparing new ground for the new energies ahead that are coming in these next months, the last months of 2018. 2018 is a transition year. And so here we are, adjusting and transitioning, an adjustment year. And we just went through kind of who knows what happened, some sort of wormhole getting thrown around by the universe with this summer's eclipses and activating times of these retrograde planets. And now it's a very quick shift out of it, and it might feel like it's never going to change and you're stuck in some strange place, but this is the old of you that's falling away, and it's time to prepare for the new that's coming. So with the sun in Virgo here, we are being called to take an opportunity to organize and clean up and purify our spirit, our life, and actually claim the pure spirit that we are inside, underneath all of the stories of everything we've experienced as we have come to this crazy planet and gotten light workers. What happens is they've came to this planet, this earth evolution, with such excitement and such a purified astral body, and so ready to bring the light and hold space for this transition that's happening. But then they found themselves pulled deep into traumatic patterns and dark energies and betrayal and evil on a level that they couldn't imagine. And so then the effect of that is getting pulled into the karmic cycles, which doesn't really resonate in stories that don't really resonate with who you are. It's like we've all been gaslighted. It's like we've all been convinced that we're something that we're not. And now it's time, the energies are shifting, and it's time to reclaim that purity of soul. And this is the journey that all indigo souls, light workers, star seeds are, and crystal seeds are in right now. And so together we can prepare for these new energies coming in, come back to ourselves and find ourselves. And these daily videos are just a little reminder of the current energies that are going on right now, and a little bit of energetic support with a tiny little meditation, just a moment. You know, if you can find 5 minutes, we all say, oh, I just don't have time to meditate. And when you do have time, you end up distracting with other things. And you know, meditation can be kind of like, you don't want to make it a chore, because then it's not really doing what it's there to do. And so I tell people that 5 minutes a day is all we really need, and we can all find 5 minutes. And so at the end of these videos, we'll just do a little 5-minute meditation to kind of ground out and be present with the energies that are happening right now. So we are coming out of a huge tumultuous inner shift, and now it's like we're going to be shown what that inner shift represents in our outer world. And so we're preparing for this new energy that's trying to come in, that's been kind of knocking at the door. And in order for the new energy to come into our world, the old, of course, has to fall away. And we have been in the muck of it, because so much of our traumas and things that are holding us back are hidden deep in our subconscious and difficult to access with our regular everyday consciousness. And so we become a victim of these things. And so what's been happening is actually a revealing of these deeper things, and it feels like even more traumatic, right? And stuck in trauma, and, you know, really going into questions on fundamental level with this Mars retrograding back into Capricorn around whether we deserve to have any support in this world, and like, what are we even doing here, and we're never going to get anywhere, and just this feeling of kind of beating our head against the wall, and really just wanting to do the work we came here to do, whatever that is. And most of us don't even know what that is, but it's really not even about a very specific project or anything like that. It's about being energetically in presence. So that's kind of what this time, these days together are about, is like just coming in. Because I know that this summer for me, just I felt like I was pulled in all these different directions, and just kind of spun out, and a feeling of like, I need to get a grip, and I think that's just the feeling for all of us right now. And so just taking this opportunity, just a few minutes each day, to come back into the present moment. That's really all we have. We get caught up in, we have so much of our life is planning for the future and reconciling the past. And this is where the Virgo energy is just really helpful, because Virgo wants to get organized and clean up and get grounded, and go in the garden and clean out the old stuff and take the harvest of what you've grown this year. That's the energy of this Virgo energy. And so here we are. And sometimes part of the deal of like, so the more kind of whacked out or like kind of worked around by the universe that you felt this last season, the more that means you're going through an energetic shift, meaning like constructs of your reality are breaking down. And so that's a good thing. It doesn't feel good while it's happening, but it looks like maybe that's going to make this next season even more abundant and profitable on a soul level, because of what has been going on in this season. So we are taking the opportunity to have this harvest and to prepare for the next, because we're stuck in this energy. This retrograde energy has been going on. I mean, we started this back in May when Mars went into its retrograde shadow. So we've been here for a while. And so it's going to take us a little while to get out of it, just like the patterns on the planet of destruction and just dark energies that have been in control and not allowing these light solutions to come in. We've been enmeshed in this for thousands of years, and it's taking a little while to get out from under it. And that's what's happening. And so we're all doing this in our heart and soul, finding this subconscious stuff that's been hidden away, that's been eating at us and preventing us from claiming our power, claiming our spiritual autonomy, and just getting down to work with whatever we came here to do, in whatever we came here to just be and exist in our energy field. And so this is an opportunity to just come back down to earth and get a grip and prepare, because once these energies start moving, it could be really fast. It could feel like, whoa, I was feeling so stuck for so long, and now, wow. And I think that's part of what a lot of people are feeling right now, is this incredible feeling of overstimulation. You have to understand, as indigo star seed, crystal seed, you are very, very sensitive and very empathic, and you're very sensitive to collective energies. And this soul sensitivity is a beautiful, beautiful gift, but sometimes it feels so raw. And our world is so busy, and there's so much trying to happen right now. Even though it feels like we're stuck energetically, it's been crazy. And so it's like this overstimulation feeling. And that is a feeling of like, maybe the overstimulation is coming from, there's lots of levels to this overstimulation. This might be work you're trying to do on the astral plane, on this big kind of battle of dark and light. It could be because of the energetic frequencies that we all have to deal with right now, the way our world is, and so many different technologies, and just how difficult it is to step away from all of that, and it's interesting because that's where the indigos, like, that's what they need right now. It's like, you really need to protect yourself from overstimulation. Do whatever you can do. Nature is such a beautiful healer, because nature has all of those negative ions that kind of fill your energetic field, and not just being in nature, but being in nature, right? Like finding that presence in nature that can like really fill your soul. And And just this, taking these opportunities, whatever we can find, to, in whatever ways. Lots of sleep is required right now to deal with this overstimulation feeling. And it's just a time to really go within and take care of you, and be ready for when things are coming for you, to, that the world is ready for you to bring forward what's inside of you. And that's coming for a lot of people very soon. But we can't give until we can learn to receive from the universe, from ourselves, and take care of ourselves on a deep level. So it's like the amount of self-care that's required right now is off the charts, but it's like it's a simple thing, and it can be really helpful. Now, the time of Virgo we talked about, it's like cleaning up and taking, getting rid of the old, and the, and kind of organizing. And that's really good for your physical world right now, getting organized in your life and in your house, and where you live and stuff like that, and also in your physical body. Mars retrograde has a huge effect on the physical body, and that's a lot of what people are having, a lot of expression of their physical illnesses and things like that right now. And it's good, because when it's in suppression, it's making you sicker, and it's taking all your energy to kind of fight whatever's going on. And so it's like coming up to the surface in order to be found and be healed in a deeper, truer way. But it's a great time to get organized on the external landscape of your life, but also the internal landscape, and maybe called to really take care of yourself with just really nourishing foods or juices, and things that just really support the cleansing of your physical body. Because it's been a huge bloom of physical illness, but it may be a detox reaction. As we raise our frequency vibration, we actually become less susceptible to the energetic kind of garbage and poisons. But we also have to detox those out of our body. So a lot of people are just like, if you can kind of look at this time as emotional, spiritual, and physical detox, that we're like, the cleaning up has happened, and now we got to like flush the system and be ready for the new. So that can be really, really helpful for this time. And so thanks so much for joining me for these 21 days of presence. We're going to come together and just be present with the energy, be present with right now, right here. Because what I was saying before is that as you go through these energetic shifts, you have one of the main symptoms of a shift in consciousness. So we talk about consciousness levels, like we're in 3D consciousness and we're moving to 4 and 5D consciousness, right, on the planet. But we actually have all these micro levels of consciousness, and we're continually raising our consciousness throughout just by being on the planet right now. And so that's where we're having like maybe a big leap in those. And then we have a cleanse from that. And so we just kind of keep that in mind, that there's lighter, brighter, more supportive energies available. That's one of the side effects of moving in your consciousness levels. It feels like, and that's been part of this retrograde energy for a lot of people. It's just kind of like, heavy, and like, the world is just heavy, and like moving through a bunch of muck, and the physical body and the physical world just feels so overwhelming. But it's preparing for this lighter, freer energy, because every time you shift consciousness, it's like a new energy comes into your life and kind of holds you. And it's almost like it's a different feeling of just kind of like dragging your body around through life, and like being held energetically. You're like, you're not even in a body, you're just kind of like floating in energy. And this is where we're going. It's what's happening. But we're just, we're feeling the opposite right now, because we're in this strange place of duality, and we're cleansing out all kinds of stuff from the planet right now. And so the other thing that happens as we go through these shifts has to do with our ability, or our relationship to time. And so that's why this 21 days of presence is so important too, because it's an opportunity to reset your connection with time. Because what happens is, people will have weird time anomalies as they're going through these shifts, where it's like all of a sudden one day might feel like it lasts forever, or maybe like the week went by and you don't know where it went. And it's just kind of like, the energy of this and the truth of it is that we only have this now moment. Like, that's everything that exists in all time exists in this now moment. And that's kind of interesting, the way the Mayans see time, is that they see it as like a centripetal circle. And so It's like every single day you experience the whole evolution. Okay. And so every single week, every single minute, you would feel everything would exist. It's a very different kind of mind-blowing way to look at time, but this is part of the energetic shift, and it can create a lot of anxiety at first because it's like, I need to hold on to time, like what's happening. And actually this type of presence, type of activity is really, really important to support that. But as you get used to it more and to your levels of adjustment, as you adjust to these level changes, it can be really freeing and really beautiful. But claiming that present moment, because every force in the world right now wants to keep us in the past and in the future and from that magical moment. And so the more intense you feel and the more intense you're fighting against energies, that's how people are feeling right now. It's actually, can we use it as an opportunity to just go within and be like, oh, here I am right here, right now. I'm in the time that exists. The time that exists is now. I exist here. It's almost like we're getting sick and we're dying when we're in past and future, but that's where all the energies want to keep us, and technology just has that effect, of keeping us in this some sort of, so it's crazy because we've taken this centrifugal circular vortex reality and we put it on a line and made it into a ruler and cut it up, and now we're it's folding back into itself. And so it just brings you back. It can freak you out, but it also brings you back to where you do exist. And that's right here, right now. So let's just take a few minutes to enjoy this presence. And so go ahead and take a few deep breaths and just feel yourself arrive right here, right now, in this now moment. And just go ahead and take a sense of the energies. When you close your eyes and you come in, that's when you can get a sense of the energies around you and what kind of energies are in your field right now. Everybody's so busy, and it's almost like you as a light worker who's been condemned or kind of like often pigeonholed or like team scapegoat for your family. And you're the one that's actually like, they're all in your field right now. And it's like, wait a minute, I was treated like total dirt. And actually I'm the light and the hope. And like, I have this great set of skills that can really help people right now. And they don't want to come ask for your help, but they want to show up in your energetic field. So this is a beautiful kind of energy of like, you know what, this time right now, this 5 minutes and this 21 days is for me. And I am available for you, but you will need to come and show up and show basic human respect and honor me and come ask for help. Come and ask to be, in this energy. You can't just come and eat it and feed on it. This is the deal with light workers, indigos, crystal seeds. You have a huge energetic field and you've been taught to fear that. And so then it feels like a great way to get rid of energy that you're scared of is to let it leak out to the people around you. So there's often a very predatory type of energy. And it's like, this is your time to prepare and be who you really are. And it's okay to ask these energies to come and meet you in 3D reality with their intention, with their desire for your energy, instead of coming to feed on it. So go ahead and just ask all of your ancestral energies, all of the energies of your family and your bloodlines to just step aside, because this is your special bubble. And that if they would like to interact with you, they can show up and receive from you in 3D reality by honoring and respecting who you are. And so just take a few deep breaths and just imagine that you're just, every breath is a cleansing breath, and it's coming from above and below, and it's kind of meeting in your heart, and it's creating, it's kind of strengthening your energetic field and purifying. I'm seeing this bright white light that seems to have to do with that impulse that came to the planet when Pluto and Uranus came in conjunction in the 60s. It's kind of this pure bright white impulse, and it's available right here, right now. As we have the sun in Virgo, it's like a reminder of this purification, spiritual purification energy, and we can just tap into this energy and breathe it in and breathe it out, and just feel this white light all around you. And with the white light, the effect of it is a boundary of like, hey, this is where I'm at. I'm going to use this energy for me now. And you'll have to step aside, and you either need to come meet me with deep respect and gratitude in 3D reality, or you need to go find your source somewhere else. And just take a few deep breaths. And what do you notice in your field as you ask these energies to step aside? Maybe you'll find some energies of guilt, and these represent family contracts of where you feel like you've given your power away. And just take a few deep breaths and just feel that purity. And just, maybe it's helpful to just be like, for this 5 minutes and maybe for these 21 days, you guys need to go elsewhere, right? Or come meet me in 3D. And that's okay, because you can invite him in later. We're going to get rid of a whole bunch of garbage, and just imagine that if you really want it, it's going to be there right outside the door and you can take it back. So don't need to feel guilty. You don't need to feel like you're letting someone down or anything like that. This is just claiming your own permission for your spiritual autonomy right here, right now. And just go ahead and pay attention to the base of your spine, and just taking a few deep breaths and feel a root system growing down into the earth. This root system just connecting you to Mother Earth. Part of being present, deep, true presence, has to do with coming into electromagnetic communication with Mother Earth, Gaia. We kind of forget in our daily life. It just feels like we're cruising around on a physical plane. We're cruising around on a rock planet, and it's like, no, she's living, breathing. She's going through this transition with us. So she's a great, beautiful support that's available. And so go ahead and just invite the base of your spine to just release and relax deep into the earth. Just imagine yourself sinking into the earth and this activation of this divine goddess energy right now with the sun in Virgo. And just feel yourself sinking, almost like it's just this warm, comforting arms of Mother Earth. Maybe it's a mud bath. Maybe it's like you're in the warm sand on the beach, buried in the warm sand. Just let yourself feel fully immersed in this feeling of union and communion with Mother Earth. And what this does to your field is it allows for a whole complete release and relax and reset of your fight or flight mechanism. And we're constantly, with all the energies going on, we're constantly being pulled out of our body, constantly on guard all the time right now. But when we sink into Mother Earth's energy, it's like, oh, okay, it's all going to be okay. And she's here for us. And just feel her arms around you as you just take a few deep breaths and enjoy this sense of presence. And go ahead and look around your field. Just paying attention, 360 degrees around this white light energy field that we have set for ourselves. And just notice what you notice and check the perimeter. If people come to mind, they might be in your field. Is this a person that's kind of usury? A person that wants to feed on your energies, and they're kind of nipping at you. They're feeling like, how come you're shutting me out? But it's okay. You're still here for them. You're just requiring a different method of exchanging energy that's more autonomous and fair and healthy and beautiful and self-respecting. And so just notice what you notice as you just trace around your whole aura. This energy, this white light energy field, just continue to take these beautiful, deep cleansing breaths and just check the perimeter. It's almost like this is your castle, right? This is your domain. And when you allow this for yourself, it feels really good. And it's like, yes, there's space for me here, and I want you to just check the perimeter of this space and go ahead and let any energies, especially the ancestral ones today, just let them know that you're no longer available on this level for a little while, and that they're going to be okay. There's support for them out there. You probably had no idea how much support you were offering and why you were so tired and struggling. So just take a few deep breaths and enjoy this beautiful energy and deep grounding cord, and just stay here as long as you'd like. But when you're ready, go ahead and come out of meditation. So thanks so much for joining me for this 21 days of presence. I look forward. Some days this is going to be live. I can't guarantee it's going to be at a certain time. I'm going to try for the mornings. And some days it's going to be a video, pre-recorded videos. But I will be here, and I hope you will be too. And so I'll see you tomorrow. I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.